Today is 20th April 2020, lecture number 10. This is Dawah. I am Asif Mahiuddin. Today's topic is Cave Sleepers Reject the Roman Taghut. Surah Kahf talks about a group of young people who rejected the Taghut of their time and ran away from his tyranny, taking refuge in a cave. There Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took care of them for many years, in fact centuries. See Surah Kahf, ayah 13 to 16. In these three magnificent ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained what is meant by rejection of the Taghut. The young people were believers, but when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increased their faith, that is when they decided to do something about the Taghuti tyranny. The one who rejects the Taghut is a man of increased faith. The one who doesn't is a person of low faith. That is clear from the ayah. The ayah says when youth stood up, meaning when they decided to confront the Taghut and the Taghuti nation in order to protect the faith. They also had a plan about what they were going to do after rejecting the Taghut and openly expressing their views to the Taghuti nation. They had found a place where they were to take refuge in order to escape persecution, a kind of a hijrah migration. They trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as absolute. They knew that since they were confronting and rejecting the Taghut and his followers for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He the Almighty will not only protect them but also provide them of all places in a cave, and which He did quite beautifully. History tells us that this happened during the reign of a Roman Emperor Decius. They slept in a cave and woke up centuries later to find that the Taghut was gone and the Taghuti nation had become a nation of believers. Now we'll read the ayats. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا فضربنا على آذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا ثم بعثناهم لنعلم أي الحزبين أحصى لما لبثوا أمدا نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وربطنا على قلوبهم إذ قاموا فقالوا ربنا رب السماوات والأرض لن ندعو من دونه إلها لقد قلنا إذا شططا هؤلاء قوم اتخذوا من دونه آلهة لولا يأتون عليهم بسلطان بين فمن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا وإذ اعتزلتموهم وما يعبدون إلا الله فعوا إلى الكهف فينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته ويحيي لكم من أمركم مرفقا. I'll read the translation now. It is we who relate to you the story in truth. Indeed, they were youth who believed in the Lord, and we increased them in guidance. And we made firm their hearts when they stood up and said, Our Lord is the Lord of the universe and the earth, and never will we invoke besides Him any deity. We would have certainly spoken then an excessive transgression. These our people have taken besides Him deities. Why do they not bring for serving them a clear authority? And who is more unjust than the one who invents about Allah a lie? The youth said to one another, and when you have withdrawn from them and that which they serve, worship, other than Allah, retreat to the cave. Your Lord will spread out for you of His mercy and will prepare for you from your affair facility. So as the translation clearly says there's an excellent example in the story of the people of the cave for the present Ummah. The Holy Prophet ﷺ has advised us to recite Surah Kahf to escape the fitna of super Taghut, the Dajjal. The solution for every Taghuti tyranny is to do what cave sleepers did. Reject the Taghut, withdraw from the Taghuti nation, isolate yourself from the evils of the Taghuti culture. These are important lessons for Muslims who are part of the Taghuti nations like the Americans, British, French, Germans and Canadians, etc. The lesson is to protect your faith by disassociating from the Taghuti states and their disbelieving nations. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided an excellent example of how the Ummah and the Muslims can protect the faith from the tyranny of the Taghut. How can they comply with the requirements of the faith by believing in Allah and rejecting the Taghut. And the the example of the cave sleepers is there for every believer to learn from the Holy Quran. As we all know that the Holy Quran has answers for all the problems of the Ummah. If only the Ummah studies the Holy Quran the way it should be studied, and starts to fulfill the requirements of faith, which is not just belief in Allah, but also rejection of the Taghut and evil. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.